All right, then we're going to take this into a hip opening flow today. So a lot of work getting into the inner thighs, into the hamstrings as well. Just kind of be ready for that. Other areas, of course, but that'll be more or less the focus. So just have that in mind. So to get this started, let's start with seated. And just bring yourself to the front of the mat. And two things you can do here. You can take a cross-legged seat, right leg in first, left leg in front. And if you want to take this a little bit deeper, you can move toward a double pigeon shape, which is basically cross legs, but you're going to bring your left ankle onto your right thigh. And just keep the toes left foot curled. And see, you can actually still sit this upright with both sit bones down. And you'll see my left knee is still pretty high up off the right foot. No big deal, as long as you can hold this upright. So if you need to just take the cross-legged shape, just put the left foot down. Otherwise, have both legs stacked like this. And then from wherever you are, just bring your arms to your sides, fingertips to the floor, just enough to keep yourself stable in between. But then engage your core. So pull into the belly, round the lower ribs to keep your spine upright. Reach the top of your head toward the ceiling. Bring your chin in just a little bit. Relax your shoulders down. And then just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in here like this. Let your mind quiet down. And feel out your position. So if your legs are crossed, just relax the legs completely. But if you have that double pigeon shape, then keep the toes of the left foot active. And then hold that engagement as you're sitting upright wherever the legs are. So pull into the belly, around the lower ribs like you're cinching a belt. Keep your spine tall. See if the shoulders stay relaxed. And then just start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work it and make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. Now, with the legs crossed like this, whether you have the double pigeon shape or just a regular cross, stay tall through your spine. Just keep your hands down. And then just take this slow. Hinge from the hips. Press your low back forward. Lead with your chest. Maybe come down just a little bit. And then bring yourself back up, right? And again, keep the legs as they are. Bring your low back forward. And lower your chest down toward your legs. You don't have to go super deep. And then bring this back up. And then one more time. Keep your feet active. Hinge from the hips. Press your low back forward. Lead with your chest. And then peel yourself back up. And then go ahead and switch out your legs. So left leg in first, right leg in front. And again, you can just take this as a regular cross-legged seat. Otherwise, if you want that double pigeon shape, right ankle over your left thigh. Curl the toes of the right foot, keep the knee out to the side, and again, see you can actually sit this up, right? And with either setup here, hands still at your sides, and we'll fold this down like we did with the legs crossed the other way. So press your low back forward, lead with your chest, hinge from your hips, and come down forward over the right leg. And then bring yourself back up again. And then hinge forward, try to hold the arch in your spine, and again, lead with your chest. And then just bring this back up. One more time, hinge from the hips, low back forward, lead with your chest, and just take this to where you can. And then bring yourself back upright. And then from here, when you're ready, with an inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reaches up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, through center again. Inhale, reaches up high. And then with the exhale this time, lean to the right. Right hand to the floor. Stretch your left arm, right gaze up high. And just hold here for a moment. With your next inhale, come up to center, reach high. And then with the exhale, lean left. Left hand down, right arm stretching to the left, gaze up high here. With your next inhale, bring it back to center, both arms high. And then with the exhale, hands down through center. Go ahead, set your hands down behind you, lean back, undo the cross of your legs. And this time we'll take a seated twist. So bring the right heel outside your left hip. Step the left foot outside your right thigh. And here again, so you can get both sit bones down to the floor. You can always extend that right leg forward if you need to. But when you're ready, either way, set the left hand down behind you. Inhale your right arm up high. And then with the exhale, move into a twist. Right elbow past your left thigh. Now inhale, turn to center, reach up through the right arm. Exhale, twist again, bring the elbow past your thigh. Inhale, turn to center, reach up. And then with the exhale, one more time, twist. Right elbow past your left thigh. Now hold your twist. Keep your spine tall. Reach the crown of the head straight up. Bring your gaze back over your left shoulder and use the right arm. Press into your left leg here. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release this. Both hands behind, lean back, and let's reverse the cross. So the left heel comes to the outside of the right hip. Right foot outside your left thigh. And you can always extend your left leg forward if you need to back off a little bit. Now, either way, set the right hand down behind you. Inhale your left arm high this time. And with the exhale, bring the left elbow past your right thigh. Inhale, turn to center, reach up high. Exhale, twist again, left elbow past your right thigh. Inhale, back to center, reach up to your left arm. And then with the exhale, twist this one more time. Left elbow past the right thigh, and again, sit this up tall. Bring the gaze over the right shoulder. Use your left arm and press it into your right leg. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release. Both hands behind you, lean back. We're going to take this into a Janusasana shape. So just stay seated, right leg extended, left knee bent, sole the left foot to the inner right thigh, as high as you're comfortable with. Now just sit this up tall, point the toes of the right foot, and try to keep the leg straight. Lock the knee as best you can and keep the thigh tense. Hands behind you, lean back, but press your low back forward. Keep your shoulders pulled back and your chest open. And then when you're ready, just lift the right foot as best you can and set the heel down. Lift the right foot and then set it back down. Now lift the right foot and hold. You can lean back further. This will make it easier. If you lean forward, it'll be much more difficult. But then bring the right big toe as far left as you can go. Keep the leg straight. Come over to the right side again. And then over the left. And then back to the right side. Over to the left one more time. And then come back to the right side and set that right foot down. Now go ahead, lean back and reverse the position here. So left leg extended, right knee bent. Sole the right foot to the inner left thigh. Now point the toes left foot, try to tense up the thigh, keep the knee locked as best you can. Hands behind you, go ahead, lean back. And keep the left leg straight. Now lift your left foot as high as you can. And then set the heel back down. Again, lift your left foot. And then bring the heel down. One more time, lift your left foot. Now hold it here. You can lean back further. This will make it easier. If you lean forward, that'll make it much more difficult. But then from here, to keep the leg lifted, bring the left big toe as far right as you can. And then come over to your left side. And then left foot over to the right. And then bring this over to the left again. One more time with the left foot over to the right side. And then back to the left and set your left foot down. And then go ahead and cross at the ankles. And roll forward. Actually, no, don't roll forward onto your hands. I'm just going to turn for the camera. This is what we're going to do. So that should light up your hip flexors here to start. And we'll start to open this up a little bit and take this into a reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you about hips width distance apart and hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Palms down, fingertips forward. And you can always rotate your fingers to the sides if you need to back off for the wrists. But press into your palms, lift your seat up off the floor. And let's take it up and down here. So with an inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high. Exhale, bring this down. Inhale, lift again. And then with the exhale, lower. Now with your next inhale, press high and stay lifted like this. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting. You can look forward, you can look up, you can hang your head back, whatever you like. But just breathe into this. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, come all the way back down. Now once you're down, cross the ankles in front of you, roll forward your hands, find all fours. And rather than spending too much time on all fours yet, we're going to set this up for a bridging position. So I want you to bring your knees out wide, wider than your hips. Big toes point toward each other. Walk your hands back, come down to sitting on your heels. And then hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width here to start, sand your fingertips. And we're just going to take this straight up and down. So kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. You can let your head fall back. And then come back down. Again, kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes and lift. And then bring this back down. Kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, hips up high. Bring it back down again. And then one more time, kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes and hold here. Now as you hold on to this lift, just keep your head back, keep your chest open, keep your glutes squeezing. And while you hold this, keep your spine arched. See if you can put the weight to the left hand and just hover the right hand up off the floor. And then right hand down, glutes are still engaged. Put the weight to the right hand and hover the left. And then bring your left hand down. Come over to the left hand, hover the right. And then bring your right hand down. Keep your glutes squeezing, lift your left hand again. And then bring your left hand down. One more round. Weight to the left hand, just hover the right. And then bring your right hand down. Right hand to the floor, hover the left. Left hand down. Squeeze your glutes, let your head fall further back. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just come back down. And bring your hands forward. And now this time, come into all fours and just give yourself a moment to loosen things up. So stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side, and just feel things out. And just notice where you're loose, where you're tight. Maybe shake the legs out a little bit. You may already be feeling this in the hips. And then bring this into center in all fours. And we're going to take this into the hands and into the wrists. So I want you to walk your hands in so they come right in front of your knees. Now flip your hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, press down into your fingertips. And with the hands this close, you can bring almost all your weight back onto your legs. If you want to make it more intense, lean forward to the hands. But keep the tension in your hands, keep your fingertips pressing down, and this is good enough right here. Keep your spine lifted and the shoulder blades spread apart. Now if you can take this a little bit further, it's not too much movement, but you'll definitely feel this. Go ahead and bring your shoulders forward, but bend the elbows straight back toward you, just a little bit of a bend. And then press back up the straight arms. Again, shoulders forward, elbows back, and come back up. And just keep on taking it back and forth like this, just a little bit at a time, so you're not going to go too far. Now try to keep your arms parallel even when the elbows bend, so pull the elbows in toward your body rather than letting them go out to the sides. And keep pressing down to the fingertips. You don't have to take a lot of weight on the hands. And then the next time you bring your shoulders forward, hold here with the elbows bent, squeeze the elbows in toward each other. And if you want to play around with this, maybe just lift the right knee up a little bit and set it down, and then lift your left knee and set it back down. Right knee up again. Bring it back down, left knee up and set it down. One more time, lift the right knee and then set it down. One more time, lift the left and then set it down and come up onto your fingertips. And then just bring yourself into your regular all fours, wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Now palms down, and this time rotate your fingers out to the sides and try to point back toward your knees with the palms flat on the floor. But just come as far in the rotation as you can. So spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down, and keep that grip. Now as you grip in the floor, press your spine up toward the ceiling, pull your belly in like somebody's actually trying to punch you in the stomach and you're bracing against that. And don't let go of that bracing. Now we're going to move down and up, but I want you to move between the shoulder blades. So this is just moving your rib cage up and down. So dig down to the fingertips, and then with your belly still pulled in, sink your chest toward the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other, and then press your spine up high, spread the shoulder blades apart. And just take it back and forth like that, lowering and lifting through the upper back. Now you should feel the shoulder blades moving in and then out. And if you want to combine this with some circling, you can take it there. Try to get as much freedom of movement as you can in between the shoulder blades. And if you're not used to doing this kind of thing, it can be hard to engage. So just keep on working this up and down to start. Try to keep your belly pulled in. So you're not really working on tilting the pelvis, keep in mind. And we're just loosening up the upper back and the muscles around the shoulder blades, which on most people are a little bit tight. So just work that as best you can. And then the next time you press your spine up high, just stay lifted. And then come up off onto the fingertips, I should say. Come down to sitting on your heels. And take a moment, shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers, loosen up your wrists. Now from here, go ahead and bring your hands back down to the floor. Tuck your toes. And then lift your knees. Walk your hands back and set your feet down flat. Let's take this into a full squat. So feet about hips width distance apart, maybe wider. Heels in, toes out. Now keep your feet flat, bend the knees, bring your hips down low, maybe with the thighs toward parallel with the floor, and this is good enough. Now if you can take it down deeper, go ahead and sink down further, but just take this to where you can. And just feel this out for a moment here, maybe move around just a little bit. Now you can always bring the feet out wider, maybe change the angle of the feet. This is definitely different from one body to the next. But then to loosen up, Go ahead and bring your fingertips down to the floor in front of you. And then just take an inhale. Bring your hips up high. Exhale, sink back down, but keep your heels on the floor. Inhale, press this up again. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, back to the squat. Inhale, hips up high. And then exhale, lower. Now with your next inhale, lift your hips and stay lifted here. And just shake your legs out for a moment, loosen up. And then we're going to play around with the setup for crow. Now I'm not going to ask you to balance the pose exactly, but I want you to keep your hips up high and curl your body in close and start to feel the shift of your weight. So you're going to put your hands down on the floor about shoulder width. Now palms flat, fingers spread wide. Now with your hands flat, go ahead and lift your heels, come up onto your toes, and keep the knees bent. Bring the knees to touch your upper arms. Now just look forward and keep your gaze forward. So you're looking about, maybe about 12 inches further forward than your hands, and keep gripping the floor. Now, just to feel this out, lean your weight as much to your hands as you can, and then bring your weight back toward your feet, see about lifting your hands. And then again, bring the weight forward onto your hands, grip the floor. Bring the weight back to your feet, lift your hands. And if you're feeling bold, bring the weight to your hands, maybe lift your toes briefly, and then come back down to your feet. And just feel this out and see about rocking this back and forth. Now you can just keep your hands on the floor the whole time and just take this to where you like. Or maybe go back and forth, lifting the hands and then lifting the feet. But just feel how your weight shifts from the hands to the feet, whether you're lifting the hands or not. And just take this as far as you're ready. You don't have to actually balance this here, keep in mind. And that just doing this is a little bit more strenuous than most people realize. All right, when you're ready, once your feet are down, go ahead, come back down to all fours. And when you're back in all fours, just give it a moment here. Just move around. Shake your legs out again. And then we're going to take this a little bit differently here. Now we're going to work toward making things very compact. All right, so we're going to take this down onto the forearms. So go ahead and bring your forearms down to the floor. Let's take a forearm plank. And you got two choices here. You can have the forearms parallel, the palms flat, or you can press your palms together, whatever serves you best. To see, you can control the position of the elbows. So keep the elbows at shoulder width. Careful not to just let them slip out. Now, I want you to press in your hands. Step your feet all the way back. Find that forearm plank. And press your spine up toward the ceiling. Press into your hands so the weight's not just going to the elbows here. Now, if you're ready to take this further, let's go back and forth. So keep pressing to the hands. And then start to walk your feet forward. Stay on your toes. Now, let your knees bend. Bring your hips up high. And bring your thighs in to touch your belly. Try to touch your knees toward your armpits. Curl in as much as you can. And then walk this back out. Straighten your body. And bring yourself into that forearm plank. Again, like that, walk your feet forward, hips up high. Try to bring the knees into your armpits as close as you can. Walk it back out and bring your body into line. We're going to do that 3 more times. Walk your feet forward, hips up high. Bring the knees as close to the armpits as you can. And then go to walk it back out again. 2 more times. Walk it forward, hips up high. Bring the knees close to the armpits as much as you can. And then walk this back out 1 more time. Now walk it forward. Bring the hips up. Go ahead, bend the knees, thighs toward your belly. Bring the knees as close to the armpits as you can. And if you can touch the knees to your arms, give this a try. Look forward, start to lean. Maybe lift 1 foot, maybe lift both. And that's baby crow. And then from where you are, just release this. And come back down to all fours. Now, if you don't get all the way into that baby crow, don't worry about it. It takes a lot of basically bunching everything up to come into that shape, and it's definitely supposed to be a bit intense. So just move around here for a moment and take a couple breaths. Now, you can just stay here and breathe. Take another stretch if you like, but when you're ready, find your down dog. Go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips. And just feel this out here. Now take a look at how you set up your down dog. So hands about shoulder width distance apart, flatten your palms so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs, and then sink your chest down low. Now as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high as you can toward the ceiling. Pull in through the belly, draw in from around the ribs, keep your core engaged, and keep the upper body in one long line. Now if you got tension behind the legs and the hamstrings, let it go. Go ahead, bend the knees. And you can always just stay loose and pedal this out, let your hips move side to side. Now when you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round.
And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach the opposite elbows. Maybe shake the side to side to loosen further. And then from wherever you are, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin. And then restack your spine. So slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. When you're ready here with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe. Set an intention. Let your mind clear. Find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Now hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor, to the shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat. And step this back to high plank. Now take a look at how you set up your position here. Sneak the shoulders, palms press down, press the floor away from you, press your spine up high, and let the shoulder blades spread apart. Keep your core engaged and keep your hips in line with the shoulders and heels. When you're ready here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. And then with your next inhale, pull your chest forward and flatten out completely. And we're going to bring this into basically a low cobra back and forth. So hands underneath the shoulders, elbows pulled into your sides. Ground down into your feet and squeeze your glutes. And then with an inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Just stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in your upper body. Press into your feet. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back. And keep your gaze forward. To take it further still, reach your arms straight back and lift up just a little bit higher. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, roll this back down. Hands underneath the shoulders, bring your chin down to the floor. And keep the elbows pulled in. We're going to take this to upward facing dog. So when you're ready, with an inhale, straighten your arms. Pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. And keep your legs active, keep your knees lifted from the mat. If you can take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, try to pull the hips forward, and let that deepen and lengthen the arc through the front of the body. Lift with your arms, lift the shoulders, make your neck long, keep your chest flowing forward, and then take an inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly in, bring your hips up high, back to down dog. Now pedal out here for a moment, let your hips move side to side. And we'll take this through our sun salutation, so steady movement. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Now inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, fold again, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift here. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, let's step it back to high plank. Now when you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. With the next inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. And then with the exhale, draw your belly back in, bring your hips up high to down dog. And let's take that 2 more times. So take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold this down. Now inhale to standing, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold this all the way down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And then with the exhale, set the hands and step it back to high plank. Take an inhale here. And with the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw your belly in, hips up high to down dog. One last round, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Now inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, lift halfway here. And with the exhale, set the hands, step it back, find high plank. Take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull this forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw your belly and hips up high to down dog. And pedal out here and breathe. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale your right leg high. With your right leg lifted, move into a scorpion dog. Bend the right knee, hang the right foot left, and just open up your hips for a moment. With your next inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale the right leg high. Now with the exhale, come forward, knee to right elbow, just hold here. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, set the right foot down between your hands, low lunge. Now we're going to take it down to Anjali Asana. Left knee down, left foot flat behind. Now sink your hips down, press them low, press them forward, and reach your arms back. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach this up high and open up. Now gaze up high, let your hips sink down low. Feel all that length of your left side. Still with the hips sinking toward the front. And just breathe here for a moment. Now while you hold this, we'll take this a little bit of a side bend. Make your left hand into a fist. With your right hand, take hold of the left wrist. Keep your hips low. And then use the right hand, pull the left arm right, look down to your right side. And then just bring yourself back upright. Again, pull with the right hand over to the right, look down. And then bring yourself upright again. One more time, pull the left arm right, look down to your right side. Now keep the left hip pulling down and forward, kick into your left foot and just breathe. With your next inhale, look forward, reach both arms high. And then with the exhale, hands to your hips. Now press into the right foot and press your hips back to stack over your left knee. We're going to take a half camel variation. Now see if your stance is wide. Feet are about hips width distance apart, legs are about hips width distance. Right hip back, left hip forward. Now hands to heart center. And then when you're ready, just start to walk your gaze up the wall in front of you. Find the point in the ceiling that's directly above and just check in here for a moment. Now keep your hips pressing forward. Let the shoulders sink down toward the floor and just breathe. This is good enough. If you can take it further, you can walk your gaze along the ceiling, maybe look for the back wall, maybe reach your arms back a little bit or maybe a lot. And if you want to take a twist here, you can release the right hand and reach back for your left heel, but keep your hips pressing forward, keep your chest open, and keep breathing. Now slowly reel it back in, hands to heart center. Walk your gaze along the ceiling, find the front wall. And then just bring your hands to your hips. And then when you're ready, just lean forward to the right foot, tuck the toes to the left. And we're going to take this into a pyramid stance. So lift the left knee up off the floor and then bring your left foot forward one pace behind the right, about 3 feet front to back. Now still, with your hips squared toward the front, so feet are hips width distance side to side, both legs straight. Left foot points to the side about 45 degrees or so. Pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. And then bring your hands to your low back. Now palms open, fingers spread wide, pull your shoulders back and keep your chest open here. And we're going to take it up and down to a halfway fold. So take an inhale, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then with the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, come down toward halfway. Inhale, bring this all the way up again. Exhale, hinge forward, come toward halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up. Exhale, hinge down again. And then inhale, bring this all the way up one more time. With the exhale, hinge forward and hold. Now keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your gaze forward, keep the chest open. Now if your hamstrings are tight, go ahead, bend that right knee if you need to. And if you can keep that leg straight, then keep your torso no lower than parallel to the floor. And take this with a little bit of a twist. Just keep the right hand where it is. Bring the left hand to the outside of your right leg. And then pull your right shoulder back. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Look up toward the ceiling. Use the tension of the left arm to keep your twist and keep your balance. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, bring your torso all the way up, right hands to your hips, and then put the weight to the right foot. Come forward with your left knee high, and just find your balance here. Now ground down into the right big toe, stay tall. And then if you're ready to take this further, with your left hand, take hold of your left knee, bring it up higher, pull it in closer, and just stay upright. If you want to go further, reach that left hand inside your left leg. See about taking hold of the left foot, or left big toe, and then maybe extend that leg further forward, maybe just lift the knee up a little bit higher, but keep your balance here as best you can and keep breathing. Now from wherever you are, take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to your hips.
Set your left foot down and then bring your right knee up high. So we're balancing on the opposite foot. And then once you're stable here, line up the knees. So right knee lines up with the left. Reach back with your right hand and find the inside edge of the right foot. We're going to take this toward dancer. So kick into the right hand. Pull that right shoulder forward. Keep your gaze forward. And this is good enough right here. But if you can go further, reach your left arm high and then just take it slow. Start to hinge from left hip. Let the right knee lift behind you. Keep your gaze forward. And then slowly bring this back up and come back to vertical. And then again like that. Don't worry about taking it deep, but kick into the right hand, lean forward just a bit. And then hinge back up and come to vertical. And then one more time, keep your gaze forward, kick into the right hand, start to hinge forward from the left hip. You can always keep that left knee bent. And then bring it back up, come back to vertical. And then just release your grip, right foot to the floor next to the left. When you're ready with an inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, fold this all the way down. And then inhale, lift up halfway. And with the exhale, set your hands, and we're going to take this into the crow setup from here. And keep in mind, you don't have to balance it, but get as close as you can, putting weight on your hands. So press in your palms, grip the floor with your fingers. Lift your heels, and just touch your knees to your arms. Now look forward, lean forward, take things slow. You can stay right here and keep that grip, keep the gaze forward. Now if you want to take it further, maybe just lift your right foot. And then you can set it down and lift your left foot. And if you want to take it further still, keep leaning forward till both feet lift together. And then when you're ready, just take it through your Vinyasa. We'll bring it back to high plank. And then set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, draw your belly and hips up high to down dog. And paddle out. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale your left leg up high. And then open this up. So bend your left knee, hang the left foot right, let your hips open up, but keep the shoulders squared. With your next inhale, straighten your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to left elbow, hold here. And then set the left foot down between your hands, low lunge. Now let's come down lower, right knee down, right foot flat behind. Sink your hips down, press them forward. Anjali Asana here. When you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high and just open this up. Now keep the hips sinking low toward the front of the mat. Keep your gaze up high. And then let's take this as a side bend. So the right hand becomes a fist. With your left hand, take hold of the right wrist. And then draw the right arm left, look down to your left. And then bring yourself back upright. Pull with the left hand. Bring the right arm across, look down to your left side. And then come back to center. One more time, pull with your left hand, look down to the left, pull that right arm across. And then bring it back to center, reach up. And bring your hands to your hips, press into the left foot and back up the hips so they stack over the right knee. And you want to take that half camel variation here. So see if the feet are still hips width distance side to side. Everything's stacked from the right knee on up. And then hands to heart center. Now just slowly walk your gaze up the wall in front of you. Find the point of the ceiling directly above. Check in with this. Hips are still pressed forward. Release your shoulders to the floor. Just breathe. And this is good enough. If you want to take it further, keep walking gaze along the ceiling. Maybe look for the back wall. And keep your hips pressed forward. If you want to go further, maybe start to extend the arms a little bit. Maybe a lot. And if you want to take it deeper, you can release that left hand. Look for your right heel. But just breathe with this. Now reel it back in, hands to heart center. Walk your gaze along the ceiling, find the front wall, take a moment here to breathe. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to your hips. And then lean forward toward your left foot, tuck the toes to the right. When you're ready, press into the left foot, bring that right foot forward one pace behind the left. So again, about 3 feet front to back, but still hips width distance side to side, so the hips are squared to the front. Now right hip forward, left hip back, both legs straight. Right foot points to the side about 45 degrees or so. And keep your hips square like this. Hands to your low back, palms open, fingers spread wide. Pull your shoulders back and keep the elbows wide. And keep your chest open. We'll just fold it toward halfway down. So take an inhale. With the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with the chest, come down toward halfway. Inhale, bring this all the way up. Exhale, hinge forward again, just toward halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up again. Exhale, hinge forward toward halfway. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Now with the exhale, hinge forward one more time and hold here. Now keep the left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forward. You can always bend that left knee if you need to. But then go ahead, take this to the twist. Right hand comes outside your left leg. Now press that right arm into your leg. Draw the left shoulder back, find the twist, no lower than halfway down. And then slowly, with an inhale, bring yourself upright, hands to your hips. Now put the weight to your left foot, come forward with your right knee high, and just take a moment to find your balance here. Dig into the left big toe, stay tall, and just keep your gaze forward, slow your breathing down. Now if you're ready to take this further, right hand to the right knee, pull it up high, this is good enough. If you can go further, right hand side the right leg, see about finding the big toe. Now if you have that grip, you can pull the knee higher still, maybe extend that right leg forward. But again, just take this to where you can. All right, now slowly, whatever grip you have, bring your hands to your hips, and then just set the right foot down, and then bring yourself to standing with your left knee high. So we're just switching feet here. Now once you got your balance, line the left knee up with the right, and we'll take this into dancer. We're going to fold this back and forth, keep in mind. So reach back with your left hand, find the inside edge of the left foot, and then just kick into that hand and line up the knees. Stay tall. This is good enough. Now if you want to take it further, reach your right arm high. You can stay here. Now if you're going to move with this, put just a little bit on the right knee, and then slowly hinge from the right hip, let your torso come forward, let the left knee lift, draw that left shoulder forward, and then hinge back up and come back toward vertical. Hold your balance best you can. Again, like that, hinge forward, don't worry about going too low, just control your balance, keep looking forward, and then hinge back up and bring yourself to vertical. One more time, hinge from the right hip, keep looking forward, lift the left knee as your torso comes forward. And then one more time, go ahead, hinge back up, and then release this. Bring the left foot down next to the right. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands, and let's take this into that crow setup again. So palms down, dig the fingertips into the floor, lift your heels, and bring the knees to touch your arms. Now again, look forward, lean forward, take it slow. And this is good enough right here. Just take as much weight in your hands as you can. Now if you want to play with your balance, maybe just lift the left foot, and you can set it back down. See about lifting your right foot. And you can set that back down. Now if you want to take it further, keep leaning forward till your feet lift together. And then whenever you're ready, take it through another vinyasa. You bring it back to high plank, and then knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring the chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, pull the belly in. Hips up high to down dog. And then just paddle out here and breathe. Now from down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And open up that scorpion dog again. Bend the right knee, hang the right foot all the way left. With your next inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders to wrists. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to right elbow, hold here. And then set the right foot down between your hands, low lunge. Now bring your left knee down, flatten the left foot behind it. We're going to take this toward Anjali Asana, but we're going to open and close this a few times, so stay low. So sink your hips low, deep into the right knee, press your torso into the right thigh, look forward, reach your arms straight back. Now back and forth. With an inhale, open this up, arms up high. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, open up again. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, open up one more time. Stay lifted here, stay breathing. And sink into the hips. Keep that length all through your left side. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring both hands down inside your right foot. We're going to take this to a lizard lunge variation. So walk the right foot forward toward the upper right corner of the mat, and see if that right ankle is at least a little bit forward of the knee. Now keep the right foot flat. Squeeze the right thigh in toward your side. Tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee up off the floor. Now come down low, bring the right forearm down to the mat, and see about coming down to the left forearm as well. Now keep your chest facing down. Keep that right leg squeezing in toward your side. Try to keep that left knee lifted. And just breathe with this. All right, and then slowly from wherever you are, come up onto the right hand, come up onto the left hand as well. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, drop your left heel, bring your hands to your hips, and bring yourself upright, open toward the left side of the mat. We're going to take this into a straddle stance.
So heels in, toes out, feet are set wide. Just take the feet as wide as your hips allow. Try to keep your legs straight. Now when you're ready, bring your hands behind your low back. Interlace the fingers, palms together. Draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. And then we'll take this from side to side. So take an inhale here. Keep your shoulders pulled back. With the exhale, turn right, fold down over your right leg. Now inhale, bring this all the way up. With the exhale, come through center and fold down to the left side. Inhale, bring it back up through center. Exhale, fold this right again. Inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, fold this left. Now inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, fold right one more time, hold here. Now bring your belly down to touch your right thigh, even if you got to bend the right knee to make that happen. Let your head stay low, keep your hips up high, maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling and pull the arms away from your back and you'll find a stretch in the shoulders. But if you can take it further, sink the left shoulder down, lift the right shoulder and try to look up toward the ceiling. And just twist a little bit here, keep breathing, hold the fold. All right, slowly, when you're ready, with an inhale, come up all the way to standing, or all the way to vertical, I should say. And then take this into a horse stance. So heels in, toes out, and move around a little bit side to side. And then we'll work this into a little bit of balancing here. So bring this into center, keep your shoulders pulled back and keep that bind. But I want you to bring your weight over your left foot, lean left. Now press into your left foot, lift the right foot up off the floor, but stay leaning. And then just bend your left knee, bring the right foot down, come back to center, back to horse. Now over to the right side, lean to the right as far as you can. Press into the right foot, lift your left foot up off the floor. Now bend the right knee, bring your left foot down, and come back to center, you're still in horse. Now one more time, lean to your left side as far as you can. Press into your left foot, lift the right, and hold here. Just stay balanced. And don't worry about leaning too far. Keep your right leg straight, keep your shoulders pulled back, keep breathing. And then when you're ready, slowly bring yourself upright with the right knee high, still balanced on your left foot. Go ahead, release your hands, bring them to your hips. And then to take this further, with your right hand, take hold of the right knee and just pull it out to the side. And this is good enough. Stay balanced like this. Now, if you want to take it further, and you reach your right hand inside the right leg, maybe find the right big toe. And if you want to take it further still, you can lift the knee higher with that grip, or maybe extend the leg out to the side. Just take this to where you can. All right, from wherever you are, release any grip that you have, hands to your hips. And then slowly turn to the right, set your right foot down. Bring both hands down to the floor and then step your left foot forward. You're in a forward fold. Now from here, take an inhale, lift this up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands and we'll come back into that crow setup. So palms down, grip the floor with your fingers, lift your heels. Bring the knees to touch your arms. Look forward, lean forward, take things slow. And if you want to play around with your balance, maybe lift your right foot. And you can set it down, see about lifting your left. And then set it down. If you want to lift both, lean forward till both feet lift. And then go ahead and move to your Vinyasa when you're ready. Back to plank. And then bring your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw the belly in, hips up high to down dog. And just give yourself a moment here, pedal out and breathe. Now let's take all that to the other side. So when you're ready with an inhale, raise your left leg high. Bend your left knee, open your hip, come into that scorpion dog. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, your left leg up high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to left elbow, stay here. And then set your left foot down between your hands, low lunge. Now, Anjali Asana, bring the right knee down, flatten the right foot down behind you. Sink your hips down, press them forward, press your torso into your left thigh, stay low here. And reach your arms back, we'll open and close this. So with an inhale, open up, reach your arms up high. Exhale, bring this back down. Inhale, open up again. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, open up one more time, hold here. Let your hips sink low, keep your gaze up high, keep breathing with this. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring both hands down inside your left foot. Now pressing your palms, walk that left foot up toward the upper left corner of the mat. See if the ankle's a little bit past your knee. Now press that left thigh into your side, stay low here. And then tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee up off the floor, come down on the left arm, and come down onto the right. Now just keep your chest facing down. Keep that left thigh squeezing in toward your side. Try to keep the right knee lifted best you can, and just breathe here. All right, and then slowly come up onto both hands. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, just drop the right heel. Bring your hands to your hips, open to the right side, and let's take this into a straddle stance. So heels in, toes out, and just give yourself a moment to adjust. Bring your feet out as wide as your hips allow. Both legs straight. And then bring your hands to your low back. Find the grip that feels strange. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back, and keep your chest open. And then we'll take this side to side. So take an inhale here. Now with the exhale, turn to the left, fold down over your left leg. Inhale, bring it back up through center. And with the exhale, turn right and fold down to your right side. Inhale, bring it back up through center. Exhale, turn left, fold left again. Inhale, bring it up through center. And then with the exhale, fold down to the right. Now one more time, inhale up to center. With the exhale, turn left, fold left, hold here. Now go ahead, keep your head low, bend your left knee if you need to, but be sure your belly's touching your left thigh. And then maybe pull your hands away from you, and this will stretch your shoulders. Now if you want to take it even deeper, drop the right shoulder, lift the left, and look up toward the ceiling. And just breathe with us here. Now with your next inhale, slowly bring this all the way up, right back to center. And then bend into both knees and take this into a horse stance. So knees bent, hips down low, thighs toward parallel with the floor. And then settle in, bring your spine to upright. Now we'll take this back and forth, so stay low here. Shift your weight as far to the right as you can. Lean right. And then press into the right foot, lift your left foot up off the floor, find your balance. Go slow, bend the right knee and set your left foot down. Come back to center, you're back in horse. Now lean to the left side as far as you can onto your left foot. Press into your left foot, lift the right foot up off the floor, hold your balance here. And then bend the left knee, set the right foot down. Come back to center, you're back in horse. One more time, lean as far to the right as you can. Now press into the right foot, lift that left foot up off the floor, hold here, keep leaning, stay balanced. And then very slowly, keep a little bend in the right knee, bring yourself upright with your left knee high. And go ahead, release your hands, bring them to your hips. Now when you're ready here, with your left hand, take hold of the left knee, pull it out to the side. And maybe just balance like this. Now if you want to take it further, you can reach that left hand inside the left leg, maybe find the big toe. You can pull the knee higher, you can start to extend the leg further, but take this to where you can and keep yourself upright. All right, when you're ready here, take an inhale. With the exhale, release whatever grip you have. Turn to the left side, step your left foot forward, and then bring both hands down. Right foot comes forward next to left, forward fold. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift this up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands down. Let's take it in that crow setup one more time. Palms down, grip the floor with your fingers. Lift your heels up, bring the knees to touch your arms. And then look forward, lean forward, take things slow. And then if you want to play with the balance, see about hovering your left foot. You can set it down, try to lift the right, and then set it down. If you want to lift both, lean further forward till both feet lift together. And then take it to your last vinyasa when you're ready. Now from your down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And then with the exhale, bring that right knee forward, and we'll take this into half pigeon. So right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Flatten your left foot, straighten the left leg, pull your left hip forward, keep it in line with the right, and just sink your weight down. Now you can stay upright like this. You can come in toward a back bend, or maybe melt down. You can come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way, but just take this to where you need to here. Now, as you breathe into this, try to keep that right foot active and feel at least a little bit of the stretch on the right side, outer right hip toward the glutes. All right, now if your hands are forward, walk them in close. And we're going to take another pose. So once your hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back the hips up over your left knee, but keep the right knee forward and bring the right knee toward the center of the mat. Now cross your legs. We're going to take this into Gomukhasana. So the left knee comes forward, cross it in tightly behind the right. Bring your feet out wide. And then as your legs are squeezing, come down to sitting between your heels. Now, if that's not going to work for you, if your hips are tight, just come to a seat with the left leg, the bottom leg extended forward, and the right leg crossed tightly over your left knee. Take a moment, get both sit bones down to the floor. And then for the arm bind, we'll take it one half at a time. So from here, right arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach back and find whatever grip suits you. You can hold the right wrist, maybe reach along the forearm, maybe take hold of the elbow. Whatever grip you have, draw your shoulder back and just keep your chest open. And look for that stretch in the front of the right shoulder. This is plenty right here. Now, if you want to take the full bind, the right hand comes up between the shoulder blades, the left arm comes from above, and then see about finding that grip somewhere in between. Now, I always find this bind very challenging. Some people are much more open. The half bind is fine, and keep in mind, it took me about 3 years to get the full bind. So just work this as best you can. Either way, try to keep your chest open, shoulders back, and just breathe into this. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, release the arms wherever bind you're in. Go ahead, lean back, untangle the legs. And then just cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, find all fours. Step this back to down dog. And we'll take those poses on the other side. So when you're ready here, inhale your left leg up high. And with the exhale, bring it forward for half pigeon. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Right knee down, flatten the right foot behind you, pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left and keep your hips squared. And just sink your weight straight down. Now find at least a little bit of stretch on the left side, outer left hip toward the glutes. And maybe you stay upright like this. You can always go deeper toward a back bend. Or maybe you melt down. You can come down to the elbows, you can melt this down all the way. Just take this to where you need to and breathe. All right, and then here again, if your hands are forward, bring them in close. And then pull your belly in. Back the hips up over your right knee. Keep the left knee forward, but bring it to the center of the mat. And let's take that Gomukhasana bind here. So the right knee comes in directly behind the left. Squeeze your legs together tight and bring your feet out as wide as you can. And as the legs are squeezing, come down to sitting between your heels and just work this as best you can. Both sit bones to the floor. You can always sit this down with the right leg straight, extended forward, left leg crossed tightly over your right knee. And again, just feel this out and stay upright. Now to take the arm bind from below, left arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your right hand, reach back. Maybe find the wrist, the forearm, maybe you can reach to the elbow. And whatever you're drawing on here, draw that left arm back and feel that stretch in the front of the left shoulder. This is plenty right here. Keep your chest open, and you can just keep this upright. Now, if you want to take it toward the full bind, left hand up between the shoulder blades, right arm comes from above. See about finding that grip somewhere in between. And again, keep your chest open, keep your gaze forward, and just keep breathing. And then from wherever your arms are, release your bind. Set your hands down behind you, lean back, untangle the legs, and then come all the way down onto your back.
Now, once you're down, draw your knees into your chest and squeeze everything in tight. And let's take this to happy baby. Go ahead, reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees and pull down on both sides. Now, as you draw down, try to bring the knees to the floor outside of your ribs, but press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working up and down. Flatten your spine, sink your tailbone toward the floor. And you can rock this side to side if you want to take it further. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here. Draw down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body sink down into the mat for a moment. Now when you're ready, start to move again here bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And then take an inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then with the exhale, draw things back in, bring your elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then ground yourself into the mat here. Stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale. Hold on toward the top. And then just let everything go. Now, thank you for joining class. Namaste.